Welcome back to another episode. We are playing the multi-floor international airport, and it's not multi-floor yet. So it's just gone from winter to spring. I've run the game a little bit just to see if I can't get us a little bit better in terms of our balance. Thank you so much for all of you that left comments. Some of it included getting rid of all of the contractors, as I'm not using them all the time. So that's one thing that I did. I've also opened up all of the general aviation stands so that we can at least, get some income from these stands while they are, while they're available. I think one of the key things that I want to do now is, the other thing that I also did is I opened up an extra exit from the runway, because we were losing a lot of time due to the little bit of extra time that planes took to run down here. In the game's kind of simulation speed, that becomes a bit of an issue. You lose a fair bit of time for a plane to run down here. So hopefully we'll operate that all a little bit quicker now. Okay, so what I want to do now is I've upped I've upped the fees for a lot of stuff, as I've seen a lot of people do that, and I think since our if we go over here and see our booking, since all of this is full, right, Sunday, we actually have to quickly fill in Sunday a little bit. So I will do so. I will get a few more things included over here. Any other ones? Yeah, so let's fill up Sunday quickly. There's still a fair bit over here that we need to do, so we'll do that. Those are two big ones, so we actually don't have room for that right now. Okay, let's go back and see some other flights. Yeah, we can grab this one. Slot that in there. I think because we have a fair bit of flights that we need to get onto the schedule, it's probably not too bad that we up our fees a little. However, just need to make sure that we, at least to some extent, keep a reasonable eye on what the satisfaction is like. So as long as we can kind of maintain a fair bit of this, then it should be fine. Okay, so let's see about slotting in as much as we can over here. I'm gonna say a little something like that. Okay, that's a big one, that's big ones. Over here has to be some small ones as well. Okay, well, let's start by actually filling it up from the start of the day, just because that makes a lot more sense. So something like that also, and one over here, maybe a little something like that. Okay, so how many? Okay, those are big flights, those are big flights, those are the big ones, those are the big ones, and those are the big ones. So actually we might not get through. Actually, we'll get enough new flights today. Okay, so let's see. So the flights will start coming in. What I want to do now is I actually want to go into night flights, and in order for us to do that, we need to come and procure the service. So it's going to cost us 150, so we can afford it, but it will start to get a little bit too pricey, and we need a COO. A COO, on the other hand, is also going to be quite pricey. Auto repair of structures unlocks procurements and reduces the operations cost. So let's quickly have a look at our operations costs. So at the moment, what are our operations costs? Is that 850? Vehicle operations, staff salaries. Is that all operations costs? Constructions and building operations. I think there's what we've got, right? Is that the total? No, it's not the total. Wow. So that cost, so we can get at least 194 reduced over there. Potentially we can get some of these reduced as well. So let's find a CEO that's going to cost us less than 194. I hope that is possible. Applicants by executives, a COO, yeah, so a COO, oh, that's a 70. Wow, I'm definitely going to go with this one, 70 an hour, and all pretty good stats, actually much better than that one over there. So Javiera Royas is going to be our COO. So COO hired. Now what we can do is, well, let's run it a little bit and see if our operations reduces. Is that reducing? Well, I don't know if it'll reduce straight away or whether it's going to take some time, but I'm also pretty keen to get night flights. But since we're just getting into day now, night flights, we'll give it a little bit of time before we start doing that. It's going to take us about an in-game hour to get it sorted out. We are waiting on some buses, I believe. No, it's fine. That's all working. Service rounds are happening. Buses are... This is a bit of a problem. I don't quite like that piece getting stuck over there. That bus is getting in. We've got an extra jet fuel so that we can fuel them a little bit quicker. Still not seeing any real money being made. Has something changed over here? Yeah, that operations money, so this operations fee has dropped a fair bit. So the COO is effectively paying for herself, or the COO. We still have a prices a little bit too pricey, I think, for these guys. So general aviation doesn't seem to work so well because of the pricing that we're charging. But since we can fill up the commercials and don't really bother, and they don't really seem to mind too much about the pricing, it makes more sense for us to get these guys out at a bit of a higher rate. Okay, our runway is, I think, pretty well utilized. There's almost always something waiting over here. Coming in, landing, waiting. Okay, so all of that is kind of happening pretty well. And we are seeing a bit of green numbers over here, and then all of a sudden, I believe there's probably been a delivery over here of fuel that causes that to kind of jump. But I would like to see this number increase ever so slightly. Yeah, I think it actually is. We are now seeing a fair bit of cash coming in. I think we are actually starting to run a bit of a profit over here. So the previous hour, we made a pretty decent profit. Average 24 hour is still a bit of a loss leader. So I think, to be honest, since we've got all the operations set up, a night flight operation is probably what is going to work. I know it's warning me about not enough check-in desks, but there are check-in desks available, so we're probably going to start needing a little bit more bus room over here and things like that. So I'll have to have a look at how we do deal with that. Getting the buses loaded and unloaded quickly enough is probably starting to become a bit of an issue, but all of this is actually working quite well. We're getting through this pretty quickly. So this is the operation that we're seeing over here. Boarding is in progress. Refueling has been completed, but only 92, which is a little strange to me. But anyway, that's okay. Repair costs, we'll cover a bit of repair costs. Our budget is actually going up. So I am quite keen that we now do the procurement for the night flights. Let's grab that. It's pricey. Wow, 150,000. Let's procure that. So that's dropped our fees quite a lot. But hopefully that means we can, in fact, get ourselves there a little quicker. What I'll do here is I'll actually extend this a little to try and get people through. We probably need to start looking at opening up another one over there. I think our airside bus is okay. As soon as we start seeing a bit more money made, then that is going to be fine. So can we start doing night flights? Not quite yet. Oof. Let's quickly have a look at the procurement piece over here. Procurement, night flights. Ooh, 22. Oh, it's a 24-hour thing. Oh, okay, well then we're not going to have night flights tonight, but we may have night flights tomorrow. But I do think we are starting to show a little bit of profit here, actually. That's profitable, that's profitable. Average 24 hours, not quite profitable yet. I think that is kind of due to some of the procurement costs that we're running. But we'll see. Things are actually looking pretty reasonable in my mind. I know we're not having a lot of general aviation flights, and I know the general aviation guys are really not liking me at the moment, but everybody else seems to be doing really well, and I think we've got a sensible operation. So the thing that I just want to make sure is that we scale appropriately. If we start adding services and things that just doesn't quite work, it becomes becomes quite burdensome. Okay, what I want to do is I actually want to do a little bit of service road in here, just so that we see about reducing the number. Okay, so of course what we'll need to do is we'll need to grab ourselves a couple of contractors to come and sort that out, just so that we don't get people getting stuck over here as well. Someone also commented and said that we can get an extra stair truck so that we can board and disembark and board the guys a little quicker over here. I'm not too sure that that is where our delays are set at. I mean, there's a lot of time here between flights. I haven't got anything saying that there's no spot available for the guys to come in, so I don't think it's a big deal. Actually, I think our money is looking pretty decent at the moment. Our previous hour we made 16,000, so really things are looking up in terms of that operation. So that's pretty cool. I'm liking it. We need to move a little bit quicker. I don't want to build stuff like baggage and so on until we can show a decent person can't leave secure zone. Who is that? So you've left, I believe. Okay, so yeah, resolved. So yeah, we can't, I don't want to go and start building the baggage pieces until such time as we dismiss all of these guys, until such time as we're making a fair bit of cash. The cash situation is something that is very, very important to us. If we don't keep an eye, since we're going to try and run a profitable airport this time around in this series, we need to just kind of scale it up ever so slowly to make sure that we do get that right. If we start over expanding and do stuff like baggage claim systems on an airport where it doesn't really make sense, it does become a bit of a problem. What's going on over here? If we click here, so deboarding hasn't started yet. Refueling is however completed, so there seems to be a bit of an issue. Over here. This guy actually needs to leave. But we haven't boarded the plane yet. Deboard has actually taken place, but this guy is showing a bit of a problem. Can we quickly, if I go to debug quickly and I go to the vehicles, reset the ramp agents, contract notifications, spawn vehicles, spawn a depot needs maintenance. I'm not too sure. Maybe if we unoccupy all the road nodes and we see about that, if that's going to work. I am worried that that's going to be a bit of a challenge for us right here. These guys are doing their thing. Yeah, that bus is stuck, and I don't know how we go ahead and, well, should we sell the vehicle? Well, then we need to buy another one. So let's look at that. Airside shuttle, economy, procurement, sorry, not loans, procurement, airside shuttle. This thing is still underway, right? Yeah, halfway through. Airside shuttle, ooh, that's pretty pricey actually. Let's buy one. Wasn't too thrilled with what's happened over here, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. Can we, is there something like, just pause it for a second while I quickly have a look through this. So to get to the debug menu, you use F10, reset aircraft paths, what will override, road traffic, claim all service vehicles, claims all service vehicles that are housed in vehicle depots and restores their health. Okay, well, that's not really what I'm after. I'm not sure if that'll actually do something though. Spawn aircraft, spawn vehicles, spawn staff. Okay, spawn passengers, contracts, job tasks, construction, fuel depots, and notifications. I'm just wondering, regenerate, clear all job tasks. Let's see if that does anything. Doesn't seem to be doing something. These guys are popping in here. Now they'll go back. Yeah, so there seems to be a bit of an issue. We couldn't get these guys actually to get out of here. They have needed to leave. Can we dismiss this aircraft, please? And we will dismiss those two aircrafts. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, perfect. Got that out of the way. So hopefully that should be fine now. It's a little bit of a bummer what's happened over there. An aircraft departed after restricted hours. The airport will be forced to pay a fine to the city. No. Okay, that's not exactly what we had to do. We didn't want to pay the fine. Can we see where those fines go? 2,400. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. How many buses do we have here? 2, 3. We've got 3 buses now. Okay, well that's fine. I'm not gonna get rid of another one. That might help us out a little bit, to be honest, with all of these buses. Okay, can we speed things along until we get to can't advance the passengers in the terminal? Oh my goodness. Lots of people arriving over here. Why are they complaining? They don't have anywhere to sit, I think. Okay, let's get ourselves a little bit more seating. I think this seating situation is one that is a little bit problematic. So what we'll do is we will do a little bit of airport seating kind of just over here. So hopefully that'll get people out and about. Over here we will get ourselves some standard benches so that people can actually kind of come and sit out here while waiting for the bus. That's kind of the idea right there. Okay, of course I'm going to need some of these guys, so let's give me about 10 of these guys to come and build up all of that, but that should hopefully give us a little bit of room so people are a little bit happier with what the situation is like over here. Excellent, the stuff is being unloaded, so that'll get in there soon. Okay, now how's this going? Well, let's repair it. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff costing us money. During the night, we really lose a lot of fun. So really, the night flights is an important piece for us. A very important piece, I believe. Okay, flights are going to start coming in now. These guys are, yeah, there we go. Yeah, that saves a fair bit. Over there, buses are coming in. Takes a fair bit of time for the bus to come over there and deboard these people. Okay, we've built all of that, so what I'll do is I will get rid of these guys again. I'm hoping that doesn't actually cost me money every time. How will it cost is 5, so that's about 50 that we're paying for the contractors that's just hanging out. I think that's okay. Rather have a few that we are able to kind of pick up a few things as is required. Okay. But there are 3 buses, so it should be fine, really. What was our average 24-hour piece? Yes, so still in the last 24 hours we didn't make a fair bit of money. Shall we see, is this kind of open yet for business? No, we still have the evening slots. Ooh, hang on. Hopefully we can slot in a few flights over here to make sure we've got the day covered at least. Should be able to go into the night soon over there. Penguin. Let's pick up some. At least let's start picking up these single ones right there. Oh, they've all got some pretty decent fees that they can generate. I think that's about okay until we get the night flights unlocked. Got a few more flights that are coming in. We're doing the fueling. All of that is happening, but yeah, getting that money up is proving very challenging. And I do consider the dropping of the fees over here, but I don't know if that's really what'll get our general aviation up. And I don't know if we've got, do we have a bit of room still on the runway actually. There could have been a few flights that's come in now, which has now not happened, of course. But we're making a decent amount of cash now. And we're not overdoing it with all of our staff and things like that, and I don't think we've got too much of a problem with getting flights out on time and things like that, service rounds. What's going on over here? B2, we're still waiting to board. Everything else has happened. So if I go to, can I, ooh, I see, no, that's not actually, I want to do it based on timings. That's not what I wanted. How do I... Based on departure time. Okay, so that's kind of what we've got going on. So B, this guy. Well, let's repair that while we're here. These guys should be here now, and so that should be departing ASAP. Right? Okay, those are out of the way. These are getting their people deboarded straight away. Okay, perfect. That is actually running nicely. If I quickly go and look at the last hour we made money. At some point I feel that our evening flight should open up. How far is that procurement? I think that is the one. That is the one that's going to get us to make a little bit more money. 2 more hours left. Then we'll be able to open up for night flights, which I'm pretty keen on, especially the big boys, because that's going to save us, get us a fair bit more money. This is going to make this operation so much more efficient in terms of the cash flow here. Just thinking, I probably can get rid of these guys. Excellent, like that. So it just looks a little cleaner. But yeah, there's a lot of little space and so on we need to still sort out. Excellent. Our operation, is that still being... Ooh, the previous hour was really good. Really good. Getting into the evening is something that I'm quite keen on. Come on! Quicker. I feel it needs to be able... A new product has arrived, and I believe that is the night flights. Okay, so now that we've got night flights available, let's quickly get these scheduled ASAP. So we'll continue into the night. What is it saying? Can't allocate. Ooh, so this guy, we can certainly allocate that guy. Perfect, thank you so much. And then we're saying can't allocate flights outside the panel. So how does that even work? Okay, fine. What we're going to want to do is pick up on a couple of these ones. I want the little loose flights first, basically. So we'll slot 1. Yeah, we'll do it a little bit there. With these remote stands, I want to give it a little bit more room. It just feels like we need a little bit more room. Okay, so now if we go to Monday, so now Monday morning, we will start by slotting in some of these guys. So there'll probably be a little bit of a gap. Can I go and... Can I do that? Oh no, so you have to physically plop them in there. You can't actually run over the top of the panel there. Well, that's an interesting one. I don't want to try and get them pretty close together actually. So what we should do is we should probably start with just something that's a little smaller. So we'll do like a 2-flight one over there. This is a big boy, so we'll slot the big boy in there. Confirm him. Do a little something like that. We can slot a little something over there, but I think the whole thing needs to move earlier. So this one is going to be good. We're going to start that one nice and early. Then we're going to go in here and we're going to get ourselves some of these guys. Yes, excellent. That's a big one, which we can slot in right over there. This one can go over there. We'll wait for these to kind of disappear before we continue on that journey. That's another big one. There should be plenty of small ones coming in here now. So you start using the remote stand. Ooh. Yeah, there's plenty of these guys. So yeah, I think this is going to be quite helpful. If we have to get another bus or 2 now, it's not the end of the world. I'm kind of happy to do so. Is there a single flight that we can just kind of slot in here somewhere? And it's because I don't think we can squeeze it in. Anyway, it's going to be, yeah, we'll just fill it in there. So one single flight over there, probably one nice little single flight right there is pretty good. So I'll do do a little something like this to try and offset them a little bit. Yeah, something like that should be pretty decent. Another offset over there. Oh, this is another 2 flights. We'll try and sort that out. Over there, these are all big boys now. Under stripe, yeah, we can pick up one of these guys. Like so, nice. We should probably start it on the other side, but Maple should have a fair bit of stuff for us. So yeah, Maple, what we'll do is we'll run Maple in there. A little something like that. There's another remote stand that's in need of a little bit of support. Penguin, oh, all big guys now. Saturday, oh, hang on, Monday, Tuesday, yeah, so I could probably squeeze in a few of the big planes now in here. And maybe a couple of these guys over there. Yeah, that's pretty decently filled. Okay, something like that. Okay, so Monday, which is now Sunday, is now pretty decent. So the day is now full. Okay, so things are going well. I just want us to see if we are going to make money, but I do think now with the operation extending into the night, we certainly will. We'll see a fair bit of money come in. Wish I could speed it up a little bit more, actually. Where are you? Oh, waiting for these guys. Okay. We should be making a fair bit of money now. 9,000. Current hour is also pretty good. Yeah, average 24 hour is just under. And I believe now with the extra stuff, it should be very good. No airside bus. Where's my airside buses? Taking its time to get here, I believe. Deboarding over there. Nice. Whoa, what was that? Whoa, hang on. Something was really pricey over here for a minute. It must have been... Can I see the previous hour? Is this... Oh, here it is. Hourly. Daily. Wow, look at that. I think that should start to become a little bit better now. Something was really pricey for a minute here, and I didn't quite pick it up. It must have been a delivery of fuel. It probably was a delivery of fuel that cost me a lot of cash over there. Okay, but anyway, everything else is kind of running. I just need us to get a little bit better on this stuff. Oh no, look at this. Got a bit of a issue over here. Lots of people queuing to get in here. Buses doing their thing, waiting, and where's the bus? Come on, bus. Oh, here's more fuel. I believe that's going to cost me again. Yeah, there it goes. Nice little spike there. Okay, the buses are coming around to pick people up and drop people off. Nice. Yeah, they should just queue like this on top of each other. Excellent. That is taking a bit of time. I could start thinking about an extra stair truck. That could help things out a little bit, but I do think we are looking pretty decent now. 7,000 in the last hour as a bottom line increase. So I think our operation is pretty decent. Ooh, let's quickly have a look. Did we have... Yeah, so that's the end of the day here, though. Is there some stuff that we can slot in here? I believe we can most certainly slot one of these guys. Nice, so that's then pretty decent. There's another one right there that we can grab. Excellent, that's pretty good. Any more? Havana. That's another small one right there. I believe should be fine if we slot that in. Now it's only medium stuff, right? Havana, medium. Stripe should have a little something for us. 2 singles actually, but it's okay. We can kind of sort out the bigger ones. I mean the multi-flight ones now, so that's pretty good. So that tomorrow means it's now really decent. Then we go into Tuesday and we can start slotting them in a little earlier here. Something like that. And a little something over here. Nice, nice, filling those in. Oh, there's a big one. Yeah, something like that. And slot in one over there also. Perfect. Let's goose wings, Havana. Yeah, only mediums. Okay, that's it. Penguin, only mediums. Yeah, so to be honest, we're now in a territory where mediums is a little bit better. Maybe we should expand our request for small flights a little. Something like that. We'll see how that works. Maybe that does it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna leave it there for now. I think we're making pretty decent cash. Since we're going into the night now, our operations is starting to look pretty good. I am hoping to get us profitable and a very slow and meaningful expansion of the airport. We're actually getting a fair bit of general aviation here as well. Which is good. I like it. Okay, guys, if you've liked it, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you like this stuff in general. Tell me in the comments what you think and what you believe the next step should be. I know baggage handling, but you know, we're gonna have a slow expansion. It's probably just gonna be a few more medium stands. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye bye.